Hello again to you, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. In today's video, we're going to explore a little bit more of Mabe Village and get to know the citizens of the town. Let's talk to Marin. I said, let's talk to Marin. I just love to sing. What can I say? What do you like to do, Link? Her singing is just so cute. I love her sprite as well. Marin is so adorable. I love her so much. Because they all look alike, even I am sometimes confused. By the way, my baby wants a Yoshi doll. I saw one on the training game, but I couldn't get it. Well, that's unfortunate. Yep, those are my boys. I'm Papal. Pleased to meet ya. I'll be lost in the hills later, so keep a lookout for me. Link, check the chest. Wow, there's a nice chest! I know, it's gonna say the same thing every single time. I can't help it, I just love this so much. And the fact that that glitch happened in the Scary Demon Dungeon, where the text box appeared on Crazy Tracy's sprite, is just an image that's burned into my brain, and I hope to someday recreate it, but I know it probably won't ever happen again. Here sleeps the flying rooster. Also, does this random thing of grass right here bother anybody else? Like, why are there two things of grass right there? Like, I know it links up to this flower field over here, or leaf field, or whatever you want to call it, but it's just two random sprites of grass and things like that. I don't know, it bothers me. Dude, you're asking me when we started to live on this island? What do you mean by when? Whoa, the concept just makes my head hurt. Now into the training game. Training game, 1 play, 10 rubies. No. Training game, 1 play, 10 rubies. No. Training game, 1 play, 10 rubies. Okay. The A and B buttons move the crane. The A and B buttons move the crane, the rest is just timing. Go over to the buttons to play. Good luck. You stand on this little green square, hold the B button, it'll move the crane to the right. Let go of it, you won't be able to move it again. Aim for the spot you want to go to, and then press the A button to make it go downwards. You got a Yoshi doll! So happy. Recently, he seems to be showing up in many games. I didn't know how much of a big deal this was at the time when I first played this game, but man, seeing Yoshi in this game, knowing the context of it now, it's just so cute. Because like around this time was when Super Mario World also released, and I believe this came out like a couple years after, but Yoshi was getting really popular around this time, so that must have been like a really fun thing for people to see at the time. Alright, so the trick for this is that, we saw right there, but what I like to do is to have the crane start on the opposite corner of the item that I'm aiming for, and I have like an arrow on screen or something like that pointing at the spot that I'm looking at, but that spot right there where the opposite corner, like the edge of that track, that's where I usually aim whenever I'm trying to get items in this area. We got 30 rubies, we can play the game 3 more times with this. We'll go for the other ruby. I don't care about the other 2 items. You don't get any fun dex dog or anything like that, forgetting everything, which I thought for certain was a thing, but when I was practicing for this, it didn't work out that way, so it's a little bit on the unfortunate side. I like how Bow Wow just looks like he's super excited to watch the game. Of course, after I say that, now he's facing us instead. Don't hurt me, Bow Wow. Like, he was like bouncing on the track. He was like, ah, boy, look, you can do it, Link. It's 30 rubies. You can play the game 3 more times with this. That's fascinating. But now that we have the Yoshi doll, let's head back over to the family house. Oh, will you give that doll to my baby? No. Tisk tisk, what a shame. Will you give that doll to my baby? Alright, fine. Oh, thank you. You're indeed a generous person. I will give you this in return. You trade your Yoshi doll for a bow. Maybe you can trade the ribbon for something else. This reminds me of a really cute story. So, I was working at the bar I work at, and there's a family that was going inside. I work at Olga's Cantina in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and we were taking this party in, and this baby was like watching the little toy that I have in my shirt pocket. He's like a little porg named Esteban. The baby was eyeballing him, so I took the porg out of my pocket and waved his little arm to say hi. It was so cute. The baby held onto it for a bit, and the mom gently gave it back to me. It was really sweet. Makeup, jewels, dresses, I want it all! And some new accessories would be nice. Oh, that ribbon! I need it! Will you trade for my dog food? No. I can't believe it. You are the worst! I used to tease Weenie Beanie, saying, you know, of all the Zelda characters, this is the one who's most like you. Makeup, jewels, accessories, you want it all. And some new accessories would be nice. Yes, we'll trade the ribbon for your dog food. Lucky! Thanks! Well, here's your dog food. We forgot to color it in. You exchange the ribbon for the dog food. My mom would tease us when we were kids, saying how easy we were to shop for around the holidays and things like that, because Meanie Beanie would want, like, clothes and stuff. Her other sister, Mercury, would always want books, and I always wanted video games. But as I got older, I was apparently the hardest one to shop for around the holidays, because I would buy my own games all the time. So we started, like, a bit of a fun tradition where if I did buy a game around that time, they'd hide it from me, and they'd give it back to me around the holidays. So, that was a cherished memory.
What's that you have? It's canned food! For heaven's sake, man, give that dog food to me, please!
He's hysterical. What do you do? Don't give.
I don't suppose it would do any good to beg. Well, if you change your mind, tell me. For heaven's sake, man, give that dog food to me!
When I was playing at this Let's Play, I wanted to give him like an Australian accent, but I can't pull it off. I'm not good at accents.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that.
Oh, good. I know it's not so trained,
But here's some bananas.
Yum! This day is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. This day is bananas. B-U-L-E-F-E-T.
Thank you again. That was yummy.
You see something else, I know that for a fact. I want to know if I can trigger it.
Hey friend, have you ever ridden the rabbits on a raft? You can near tall heights. You have to try it.
That's not the dialogue I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, I'm a dummy. So this thing, a dialogue that I was talking about, happened earlier. Welcome to Sal's Old Bananas. I'm Sal. This is my house. Actually, my hobby is collecting rare and unusual canned food. My brother is an artist, so I guess strange hobbies run the family. Zombies out now. When I was a kid, I thought those things were lobsters. I know they're supposed to be like Rita, zombie guys, and things like that, but when I was a kid, I thought they were lobsters. They're red, and they're near sand. I was an idiot. Going back over to the camera shop, we weren't able to go here before because the guy didn't want to talk to us while Bow Wow was with us. I just love to take pictures. Will you let me take your picture? No. I did shave today, so I'm not really a picture prepper. Let's take a picture. Bro, I just said shave. I don't feel ready for a picture today, so I'm gonna say no again. Let's take a picture. No. Go away. Let's take a picture. No. Get away from me. Let's take a picture. No. Ah! No picture? Are you pulling my leg? No way. What a bummer. Beautiful. I'll call this game over. What's your name, young man? Link? Well, here's your album, Link. Give it a look before you leave. Let's see if we can fill that album. The Travels of Link. Do you want to look at your album? Which picture would you like to see? Now, this was added to the Game Boy Color version of Link's Awakening. They added a picture system. We can go in here and take a look at all the pictures you've taken across your journey. There's another version of this one where Link is doing like a super adorable like peace pose. This happens if you say yes to the mouse when taking a picture. But the really cool thing about this is that, well, it doesn't work on the NSL version, but if you're playing on an original Game Boy and you have a Game Boy printer hooked up to it, you can actually print these out. I've always wanted to find a Game Boy printer. I did see one at Too Many Games last year, but it was like $200. And I didn't have the money for it, so someday I'll find it. I want to eventually get like a scrapbook to print all these out and make like a real life Travels of Link thing. But unfortunately, at the moment, I can't do that, but someday I will. Now, I'm going to say for the record, I will showcase getting all of these pictures, but at the end of the Let's Play, it's not going to be a complete album, and there's one very specific reason why, which we'll be talking about a little bit later. It's just something that kind of bothers me. And here's what it'll look like if we were to get the other picture instead.
I just love to take pictures. Will you let me take your picture? Go to the back of the room and stand in front of the screen. I'll call this Here Stands a Brave Man. Say cheese.
We're going to explore a little bit before we wrap up our explorations for today, because there's one more spot that I'd like to demonstrate. Now, as we go over this area, I would like to demonstrate this area in the original version of the game as well. So, that spot, the camera shop, changes in pretty much every version of Link's Awakening. It's a camera shop in this version. In the original version, it just has a moblin and a sword. And I always feel bad for this guy because he's so, like, forgettable. Like, this spot is so much more interesting in the other versions of the game, but, like, no one ever talks about this one little moblin, and I kind of feel bad for him. But it's kind of cool because on the Zelda Gaming Watch, which we did a Let's Play of a couple years ago, it is the original version of Link's Awakening, so, you know, this lonely little moblin, he still gets to live out his dream of being a little moblin. And on the Switch version, the got replaced by Chamber Dungeons, which we'll talk about that another time. Let's just say that right now. There's a lot to the Chamber Dungeons, which we don't have time for right now. With our second warp hole activated, I think now's a good time to wrap things up for today's episode of Link's Awakening. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and next time, Lady Gator to you. Oh yeah.